Diving deep into the waves, babe.
Good morning everyone, welcome back to Los Angeles. It is a rainy day today, but today is going to be a super special day. Cold start from the panel van. Anyway, we are headed to Black and White so we can return the panel van. And then after that, we're going to be picking up a super duper special car. Today is actually the wrong day to pick up a car like this, but we've been generously granted some seat time in this car for a few days. So let's go and let's get on our way. It's going to be a special treat. Although sadly, we can't really use the car and the potential of this car until the weekend when the weather clears. Very few rare occasions of rain here in Cali, and it's cold. It's like 61 Fahrenheit outside. We have a long day today to drive out and head to Porsche Rusnak Westlake. That's where the car is situated. It's gotten a full service refresh, and we can talk to the mechanic Larry to find out what exactly has been done to it. There we go. Self-service here in America. And the weather is still looking super dismal, but it is what it is, and we're gonna make the most out of our day. Look at that. Let's return this panel van. Oh, wow, look at that. Wonder if we can rent that. So this is the owner of Black and White's personal car, and it's not for rent. We're gonna try to see if we can rent this. Cannot rent? Okay. Getting out of Black and White. Good morning.
How are you?
Call me if it's only for tonight.
And over there underneath on the left. Okay, rainy day. Here now. Let's see this car.
This is,
You covered it.
yeah, well, Larry kept it covered the entire time he wasn't.
Is there a big reveal?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, if you want to walk us through and what have you done with the car completely. This is Larry. Larry's basically the only one who touches this car.
Basically, we decided to go forward with a major service, which is engine out on this car. We took the engine out. That's part checking valve clearance, pull the valve covers off, inspect the camshaft, check the valve clearance, and change all the fluids and all the normal things. We found there was lots of minor things, lots of missing seals, missing gaskets, incorrect clamps,
I saw that
incorrect
one.
hardware. A lot of sealant was like smeared all over the engine. It was just like messy.
Yeah.
So we went through, corrected everywhere I saw things. We corrected, kind of made it right, made it correct. The axle boots were throwing grease everywhere, so we put the axles out, changed
Reclamped
the boots,
them.
reclamped them, new boots, everything, put that back on there. The list is a pretty extensive list. We found one of the tensioners for the drive belt was really stiff. Eventually it was going to be a failed belt, so we changed the tensioner, put new belts on it, new spark plugs, found the ignition coils were incorrect, put new ignition coils.
I know, that was weird.
It's just all sorts of weird stuff. But gone through, we changed the rear spoiler rams to the electronic ones.
Yes.
Yours were definitely leaking. There was a mess in there. So we have all you can always convert it back to the original.
I know, but this is way better.
This is way better. I'm
More dependable.
It's the first one I've installed, so I'm still playing with it. I'm not super happy with the alignment, but it's minor. I'll correct it next time it's in.
Okay.
But yeah, it's definitely a much simpler setup. And it's invisible. The car doesn't know any better. It plugs right into the car.
And we can keep the wing up.
You can keep the wing up. Yeah, you can. Yes, you don't have to. You can keep the wing up all the time with this.
No
system.
pressure, literally.
No pressure, exactly. What else do we find? We ended up for the suspension. I ended up taking the front tub off.
Yes.
I found there was a bunch of hardware missing, bolt screws missing and loose and whatever. That's all been corrected. So I'm glad we did that. We ended up pulling the radio out. We sent the radio out to get Bluetooth added, so now you can stream Bluetooth.
Perfect.
I think phone's coming. The technology is kind of moving along, so we'll kind of see. I was talking with them. We were discussing about possibilities for phone down the road. If you look at the interior, there's really not room for a head unit.
Yes,
on the
yes,
interior.
yeah.
So it
It's
makes
built
it
in
kind
the
of
dash.
yeah. So it's kind of a difficult install, but now you can stream from your phone music, so that's half the battle. At least.
Yes, and I have my phone mount here.
perfect.
The grand reveal. 3, 2, 1. Wow, that looks amazing. Check it out, check it out. The wheels just got here last night. Larry was kind enough to wait like forever, but look at that. It's so good.
Yeah, it's
Just the right gold shade too. This is a 2005 Carrera GT. And as you heard Larry talking, it's been completely redone and overall checked up. And it is a beautiful Guards Red. Guards Red is a limited color for this car. We get to use it for a week. And from my knowledge, it also has a Klein Inconel exhaust. We did bring a plate for it, and it's so beautiful.
Somehow the feeling's still strong. Like I'll be on my way out.
So how many CGTs have you done in your whole life?
dozen, 2 dozen, quite a bit. I mean, that's not massive numbers,
Yeah,
but you know, enough that pretty
How-
comfortable.
Like how many years have you been working on these specific
So
cars?
I've been with Porsche over 20 years.
20 years.
So I started before this came out. So this came, I was an apprentice. I was like a new Porsche tech.
Wow.
When this had come out. So I was actually the guy, the senior tech where I was
Yes.
working on them. I was kind of helping him. So I've seen these cars for a long time.
Wow.
You know, a lot of it was back in Pennsylvania. There weren't that many cars, but we had some.
And now you're the
Obviously-
expert
Well,
at
now we're
it.
in Los Angeles and they're everywhere. So, yeah,
And
exactly.
Majority of them are here.
Yeah.
So some custom center inserts. Because the leather was super tired. That looks so much fresher. And again, Bluetooth head unit. Going for a maiden test drive. The extra
So these are
cushions.
the extra cushions that come in.
The big trunk space.
Yeah, it's not a huge amount, but I did put my helmet in there. Like we talked about it.
Yes. So good. We'll be passenger first. Jump.
Scared myself enough.
Jumping out. Look at this sexy beast.
Well, what you don't want to do is overcoat.
Yes. I'm used to oversteer too, so don't worry. But yeah, not today. And the clutch is at the end. Okay.
Yeah.
Mirrors look okay.
Switches on the door on the left.
Headlight switch is
On the upper left. So you have daytime running lights, so turn it to the right, and the light headlights will be on.
okay. Okay. Okay, we're gonna get out of here. And headlights on. There we go, clutch through. And we are off in the Carrera GT. Oh yeah. So we're gonna go grab some lunch in the city. It's gonna be an hour drive, but here we go. Gonna enjoy the first drive in the CGT. And we gotta be super cautious about this clutch because it is an expensive clutch. We don't want to burn it. And it's about patience and just waiting for the engagement. So crazy. I've never seen Los Angeles this wet. It's some pretty bad weather for me to be driving such an expensive car, and I'm really scared that something might happen. Hopefully not today, but we're on the way now to the city so that we can have lunch with our friend and then make our way back to the marina. We're not gonna have that much content today, but look at this weather. It is terrible, and the single wiper is doing an amazing job of clearing the screen. I'm not staying on the left lane because there's some puddles that are building up by the wall, and so far so good. I'm really happy. The car is very easy to drive when you're not on it, so just gotta be safe for the next 47 minutes. But as Tom Cruise says, don't be safe, be smart. If you're not on the throttle with this car, it's actually a very usable car. A lot of the technology that you see here is loosely based off a 996 in terms of generational development. So you have the steering wheel from a 996, which I think later on this would look good if it had like some carbon or maybe some Alcantara. And I don't know what other creature comfort upgrades you can do to this car. There's not much that is available for a car of this nature, but what an experience, and I'm so lucky to be able to jump in a car like this, especially at weather like this. No one really brings these cars out in these type of weather, so we have a lot of big shoes to fill. And please, traffic, don't stop. If the traffic stops, it's going to be super lurcher for us, because getting used to just using the clutch to drive the car rather than putting some throttle has a little reprogramming in my brain. So we definitely have to unlearn that so that we don't burn the super expensive clutch, which costs roughly about $20,000 plus labor. And once it's past the canyon, I just don't know if this is a nice canyon, but there's not much we can do now. But oh my god, it was a little nerve-wracking. There were some puddles on the highway that were scary, so we were just taking it super easy, trying my best to avoid small rocks because the car picks up everything. Even on a slope, you can just release the clutch and let it hang on. So we went the wrong way, obviously, but we get to do a short canyon drive in this weather. Whoa, there's so much immediate power, and I guess the computer of this thing is very old, so we're just gonna leave it in a higher gear so that we don't lose it just by any means. Okay, we're back, and let's see if we scrape here in this driveway, because this is a bit steep. Once we're S out, first barrier in. Okay, what a nerve-wracking day. I can't believe it. Finally parked. Wheels look epic. Okay guys, this day was truly frightening and epic at the same time. I hope you guys enjoyed short video on the Carrera GT. Hopefully when it is a lot nicer in terms of weather outside, we'll do a better video. If not, I'll see you guys then.